Hi, welcome to this week's episode of KinFit, episode 17. I'm Michael.
I'm Tiffany.
And I'm Jesse.
Yay, Jesse! So today we are filming at Dawson, our basically home base. But we have a lot of fit news to get to, so let's get to it.
That's right.
So a very exciting week for Fit News, because I have something new today.
Ooh.
Well, just in general, this week, Health Canada has released the new Canada's Food Guide.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Very, very exciting because basically we've had the old one, the previous one, for about, what is it, 13 years or something?
14, 15 years, so
Yeah.
it's really out of date.
Definitely. So they've spent the last little while working on the new one, and it has finally got released. So you remember this one? Remember this one, the one we were using? Old school? Yeah, it's gone. It's done. No more. Okay? So the new one, really exciting. I took a look at it, and the biggest change for now is probably as expected, more fruits and vegetables. Okay, more. All right, so that's the biggest change. They actually switched that now to be the first one, the ones you should have the most in a day. So it's going to be fruits and vegetables, then grain products, then dairy, and then meat and alternatives. Okay, so that was the first major change. Okay, second of all, they actually put more emphasis now on activity. So instead of just healthy eating, they talk about as well exercise. Okay, so activity. They mention about 30 to 60 minutes of physical activity a day, just because of the growing concerns about obesity rates in Canada.
That's a cool thing. I read about that. They said that this food guide was made just for helping. It was kind of like targeting reducing obesity in Canada.
Exactly, because it's a big concern nowadays. But what's really nice is instead of just showing pictures of the food and then telling you about exercise, they actually give you more hints and tips and something more specific. They do have guidelines for different age groups and sexes. So if you're a 10-year-old girl, you have different needs than a 25-year-old male. So that's good. They're much more specific than they were in the old food guide. They also have different levels for, say, pregnant women, older women, stuff like that. So that was good. They talk about drinking water. That's really, really important. So I thought that was excellent. And as well as not just giving you, just the food guide, they also have the advice, say, try to have one dark green vegetable and one orange vegetable a day, or 2 servings of fish a week, stuff like that. So it gives you more of a global idea of how to live a healthier lifestyle rather than just, here you go, this is what you get, do something with it.
That's good.
Yeah, so it gives us a little bit more of a kick in the butt and a little bit more help just in case we're not quite sure what to do with all this this information.
Yeah.
As well as I think they do a little bit more description on serving sizes, which is excellent because who knows what 1 serving of vegetables is, right? So now we know 1 serving of frozen vegetables is half a cup. Okay, so that's good. Very, very excited. Now, for now, we're going to have a link for you on our show notes. You can go to the site, you can download the Adobe Acrobat version, or you can also get them to send it to you on hard copy. And I am now waiting for my hard copy. I'm very, very excited. I can't wait for it. But yeah, for now I'm going to be using the Acrobat version. Even so, it's much improved from last time. I guess it's not perfect because it can't be perfect. But it can be perfect,
And it's free, and we like free stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it is free. It's been worked on by many health professionals. So let's see where this takes us then into the new millennium.
Can't wait to get my hands on it.
Yes, me neither.
Okay.
Good.
Well, I actually came across something really neat online. It's actually by the University of Washington. It's actually a page called Learn CPR, and why I like it is because it's geared towards people who want to kind of refresh themselves from their CPR course. And what it is basically it lists all the guidelines and techniques and instructions for how to perform CPR.
Oh, good.
And even have demonstration videos. So how to check your ABCs. You can watch the video on how to check your ABCs. Check for breathing, your pulse. Doing the 30 pumps and stuff like that.
Perfect.
So it's really cool. Definitely check it out, especially if you're taking your CPR course and you haven't refreshed yourself after a year, and you can go check it out. Just one thing I want to make note of is that it's a U.S. page, it's a U.S. site, so you might find some things different on their page compared to the Canadian standard to CPR, but CPR is CPR, and most of the things are the same. So definitely check it out.
Just a couple of slight differences, but for sure it's not a.
It's not a big difference. It's just you might notice some things that they do that we might not necessarily do anymore, but like the sternal rub or anything, but like, I don't think they actually show that. But basically, what's neat is that there's readable guidelines, techniques, and a demonstration video. So definitely check it out, and we'll have it in our show notes.
Good for refresher, but not a replacement for your certification, just in case you need to check up on it, okay? So it doesn't replace your CPR course, which you should all be taking.
Exactly.
Good. Excellent. Just a really quick note on nutrition labels. Again, I know because nutrition labels are so confusing. No, they should be much more simpler now, but I came across a really, really cool page. What it has, it just lists all those things such as low fat, low in sugar, excellent source of. What do these things really mean? We don't know. Okay, so that's why it compiles all of these things onto one page, and now you will know what an excellent source of fiber really means, and what does low fat really mean, which is actually what 0.5 grams of fat or less. So remember, it's not really no fat, it's just low fat or very close to no fat. But anyways, just want to let you guys know so you have that page and check that out.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, another very cool thing, something we came across. It's a newsletter called 6 O'Clock Scramble.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yes, so it's been featured in a couple things. I think it was on Oprah, Washington Post, and stuff like that. It's basically a weekly newsletter that can get emailed to you, and it comprises of recipes for the week. So 5 dinner recipes that are supposed to be able to be done under 30 minutes, and usually with 10 ingredients or less. So that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
And then as well as that, it's also supposed to be very healthy. It's supposed to have a lot of variety. So what more can we ask for? Because we are, exactly, we're pretty busy these days, and making dinner sometimes seems like a really, really big deal. And it's important to have home meals instead of eating out all the time, especially, you know, with kids and stuff. So you want to be able to make a healthy dinner for your kids. And so this here is really simple for you. What I really like is that they take it to the next level. They give you a very organized list for groceries. So you'll know exactly, you just press print, and then you get your list of groceries that you need to get for the week to make all these meals, right? Cool. So that's pretty cool. You don't even have to think about it. And you can play with that if you don't want to eat all the meals. They code it so that you can know which ingredients go with which recipes, so you know what not to buy. Yeah. It's really, really simple to use.
Is it free?
No, it is not free. However, I'm not quite sure how much the cost is. I don't believe the cost is quite so much though. I think they were comparing it to, say, eating out, like, so a subscription would be less than one session of eating out all the time. So it would definitely be worth it because it cuts down on your time. The recipes are fairly healthy. Most of them are low fat. You can use low fat substitutes in them, and they also have recipes for vegetarians. So, I mean, very, very simple, easy, healthy, and, well, yeah, fun. It sounds fun.
Yeah,
6 o'clock scramble. Sounds great. So that was a fun part for me.
Cool. Well, I have one really fun thing.
Okay.
Our friend actually showed us this. It's called the Powerball.
Yes, the Powerball.
For those of you who are actually, it's called the Powerball gyroscope. And what it is, it's a tennis ball size kind of like gadget. Mm-hmm. And inside this tennis ball size gadget, there's like a little gyroscope or an inner rotor. And what you do is you hold it in one hand and you actually rotate it with your wrist or with your forearm. And the little gyroscope will start turning. And what's neat about it is that the faster you rotate it, it increases it increases the inertia, which increases the resistance, and makes it harder for you to kind of keep up with the pace of the rotation. So you kind of work all the muscles in your forearm and your wrist, and even helps with your shoulder too. And it's good for sports like tennis and golf, or even hockey or football, where you require your arms a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
so that sounds good. It's fun.
It's fun. Sure. We actually tried it out too. We don't actually have it on us, but maybe we will one day when we do a little review on it. And what's really good is that it's actually good for people who require rehab, because you can actually slow down the pace, and it's actually good for people who have like tennis elbow or carpal tunnel syndrome, just because it's actually it's considered a non-impact exercise, because you're just rotating and you're not really like using a lot of like I said, impact.
Yeah. What's fun is that you can actually control the speed. So if you don't want to go so fast, you don't have to go so fast. You can go at your own pace. But if you really want to,
work yourself hard. You go as hard as you can. And what I really like is that there's even a little counter on most of them, and it tells you the RPM of the gyroscope, like how fast you're going.
And you guys are competitive.
Yeah. And if you actually go to the site, they have a link that shows you the world record, the Powerball world record, like who has a world record for the fastest rotation.
I am going to be on there one day.
So it's really neat. They have different versions. The cheapest one, I believe, it's $25.
25 US,
25
but
US.
it has no counter.
No counter.
If you want the counter, it's going to cost a little bit more.
Yeah, I think it's about $50 US for the one on the counter. And if you buy more than one at the same time, it actually decreases the price for each one individually.
Yeah.
So definitely check it out and go get one, because I'm actually going to get one myself and have some fun. And we'll probably show it on the show one day.
Excellent. So that'll be it for Fit News this week. So on this week's Fit Tip, we are going to talk about balance. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but as we get older, especially after the age of mid-20s or so, our balance actually starts to go unless we train for it. Okay? So balance is really important, especially for us in the winter when it's really slippery outside with ice and everything. If you're in the middle of slipping, can your body recover so that you don't actually fall? Or for me, can I recover from tripping over my own feet? All right, so a really easy trick to do at home to train is just testing yourself by standing on one leg. Can you do it?
Yep.
How is it?
Pretty easy.
Oh, pretty easy, right? First thing you want to do is make sure that if you are going to fall or lose balance and you're on one leg, just put your foot down, regain your balance. It's not going to be very useful if you try to keep your balance so much that you fall over and hurt yourself, which I've heard of before, so don't do it, okay? So the first thing you do, stand on one leg. Troy, can you hold it for about 15 seconds, 30 seconds without touching the floor with your other foot? Once you've done that, we can progress to the next level, right? Because we want to get better. Can you stand on one foot?
Yep.
And now do the alphabet, which is basically putting both arms out in front of you, making a pointer with your hands, and drawing out the alphabet. Now, the larger the letters you make is going to be more you're putting your body out of balance. And this is going to basically train you to keep balance when you're really kind of moving. So how's that?
Still easy. A little harder, but easy.
Easy, eh?
Yeah.
All right, so now we can take it to the next level. Once that is super easy, once you can finish all the alphabet, no problems, you're not moving so much, can you stand on one leg and close your eyes?
Sure.
Usually this is a little bit more difficult just because now you're taking out one of the senses. So now you're no longer able to see where you are, but your muscles have to feel where you are and keep balance. How's that now?
It's harder, but still easy.
Still easy.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So now, once that is done, of course you're going to keep doing that. Okay, can I hold it for 15 seconds, 30 seconds without falling over? Once that is easy, let's make it a little bit harder. Can you stand on one foot?
Okay.
Close your eyes, and now do the alphabet. So once again, every time we progress to a next level, it's going to be a small progression, and you want to make sure you're very comfortable with the level you're at. You don't want to jump to alphabet eyes closed on one leg before you can even do just eyes closed. Okay? You want to make sure you're not going to throw yourself off and fall and hurt yourself. You don't want that. Okay? So once that's done, and that's really easy for you, you want to make sure you also do both sides. You don't just do one side. You want to make sure you're even on both sides. Don't have the body off balance. Okay? Now, previously we had talked about using some toys such as Fit Disc for balance training. So right now, why don't we use Choi? So that was all very easy, right?
Oh yeah.
Alright, so let's have you just try one leg on the Fit Disc. And now you're introducing an unstable surface, which should make it a little bit more difficult because now your muscles are really working hard. Now let's have you close your eyes. How is it?
It's a little bit more challenging, but it's still easy for me.
Easy?
Yeah.
Well, anyhow, hope you try that for this week, and that'll be it for Fit Tip this week. So today on Information, we're going to talk about food that's very close to my heart and very special for Chinese New Year that is coming up next week. So what is this fruit? It is the pomelo. So pomelo is actually a citrus fruit and a distant relative of the grapefruit. The special thing about it is that it's shaped like a pear, but it's basically just the rind because the citrus itself just comes out looking like a huge grapefruit. Okay, so when it is ripe, the skin is about pale green, yellowish, and then it's ready to eat. So it's really simple to prepare. You just peel the rind and eat it. However, if you are feeling lazy that day, maybe you shouldn't eat it because it does require a little bit of work to get all the peel off. But there are different recipes where you can make your salads with it and stuff. It's a very simple thing, it's just to peel it. Have fun with it. Now, this is a citrus fruit, so what does that mean? Lots of vitamin C and potassium, so all those vitamins and minerals that we like in our fruits and vegetables. There you go, okay? So, definitely something to try. The taste is very mild. It's not too sweet, and it's not too tart like a grapefruit. So it's something that's pleasant, I would say, for the winter season. Definitely something very fun to try. Quick little trivia for you. Sometimes it's known as the shada, named after an English sea captain that introduced the sea to the West Indies because it originally originated from Southeast Asia and Malaysia. So, why don't we go out this week, try our pomelo, and next week we'll talk about something else on information. See you then.
So this wraps up another episode of KinFit, and look, we're standing in front of our old team picture, and that's me.
That's me.
And that's Kofi. Hey, Kofi.
Hi, Kofi. So please check back our show notes because we have a lot of information for you guys to check out.
And if you have any suggestions, questions, or ideas you want to give us, just email them to us at info@kinfit.tv.
Big thank you once again goes to Timmy, our cameraman, and our very special guest today, Jesse and Kofi.
Remember, don't quit, stay fit.
So, what is going on in Fit News this week?
Well, I've heard that the new Canada Food Guide came out.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's my thing. I'm so stupid.
We just continue.
Yeah. Okay, I'll mark it.
What's up, another episode of KinFit? Sorry.